This week's podcast is brought to you by the Beefy Boys. Just three cool dudes hanging out, talking about sports, video games, music, and whatever else they feel like. Find them at their website, www.beefyboys.com. Also, where you find your other podcasts, iTunes, Podbean, YouTube, all the regulars. The Beefy Boys, the best show on planet Earth.
Hi, I'm Renee.
And I'm Jess.
And we're the Deerfoot Sisters. Sorry to interrupt, but we have some breaking news.
We wanted to let you know that right now you're actually only listening to the second best podcast on planet Earth.
That's right. If you want to check out the world's best podcast, search Deerfeed on iTunes, Spotify, Podbean, all the regulars.
Deerfeed's a podcast featuring two sisters talking about life and all the kooky things it brings, like rhymes.
So when you're done listening to this episode, be sure to check out Deerfeed. Or you can just do it right now. Thanks!
A good podcast requires a good beer. So that's why I always go to my go-to, Keystone Light. If I'm going to the store, I don't want to buy a 12-pack. I want to go for a legit 15-pack. When I go to a party, I don't take Rainier. I take Keystone Light. And you know what? It tastes so good, I'm going to have it right now. Cheers, folks. Yeah, there's a burp coming in. That's good.
It's okay. It happens. What up, listeners? Oh, starting off right with a burp. My sister's going to love that. Welcome to episode 68 of the Beefy Boys Bud Club. I'm Joe, and I'm joined here by just one. But guess what, you guys?
I'm back.
The return.
I am back. I know you guys have missed me and all my shenanigans that I bring to the table here.
Yeah, no Vito today. One day we'll have all three of us, or
You
then
know
we'll
what?
just go on this run of just me and Christian, and then just Christian and Vito, and then
It's
in the
episode
summer.
68.
That's true.
I mean, we can't have episode 69 without all three.
Oh
of us.
man, of course
Or else
not.
it just won't make any sense.
Of course not. Of course not. Of course not.
I mean, it's got to be the fearsome threesome on that one.
Fearsome threesome, huh? The Beefy Boys. The offensive line is used.
The O-line.
Yeah.
Yeah, I miss it. I miss you guys. I miss talking shit. I've been busy with this whole. Like, I haven't even been able to do any of the sports episodes or anything. I haven't been able to do shit.
Yeah.
I've just pretty much been moving, dealing with the move, and then starting a new job.
A new job, yeah.
And then
Life
just kind of,
changes up in here, huh?
It does, quick. Life comes at you fast.
Sounds
And,
like a country music lyric.
Possibly.
We've been watching a lot of Bar Rescue because we were at my mother-in-law, Ara's mom's house. And she has DirecTV because she bought a satellite dish in 2020. I have no idea why anyone would do that, but she did. And so we were watching Bar Rescue marathons all day yesterday.
I think Marshawn Lynch is going to be on that.
Yeah,
I think he's
on the season premiere. I think it is next week. I think.
Is it his bar?
He's one of the owners. Yeah.
Oh shit.
He's the guy sitting in the car with John Taffer, like watching the surveillance. Like, oh shit, he shouldn't be doing that. Oh no.
Yeah. I hadn't even seen that. I know a few of my buddies watch that show, but
we just noticed a lot of the bars out in like Tennessee and those kinds of places. First of all, it appears as though none of the women bartenders are ever allowed to wear pants because they're always wearing like booty shorts and fishnets and like, oh, okay. Also, they have live music, but it's fucking awful. It's like country rappers and
interesting.
like, what the hell is this garbage?
Like Nelly with Tim McGraw, or
yeah, but like not even that. Like, oh, it's the king of country rap, Big Smo or whatever. I'm like, who the fuck is this guy? And then he's like rapping about tractors and being poor and stuff.
a lot of that yee.
What the fuck? Oh man, garbage music, man.
I don't know, man. I feel like I used to love going to bars that have live music, but then you got to think about it. If you go to a bar that has like no bar games, so no darts, no pool, no anything, and then you're just kind of stuck either buying alcohol all night and listening to a band that's not very good, you're just kind of like, well, why the fuck am I even here?
I never liked going to bands with live music.
Like, so I loved going to the Red Hen. Loved it. But then we went there last week. This is going to sound kind of weird to some of you guys, but went there last week. Just the band was no good.
That sucks. Yeah,
the band was no good at all, and you had to pay $8 to get in.
Exactly.
And then there's no darts and there's no pool.
You pay a cover, and if it's a mediocre to shitty band, well, you can't even have a conversation because it's so fucking loud. Like,
yeah, that was like it's like, and the people there are so goddamn stingy about their dance floor, man.
Who at the Little Red Hen?
The fucking regulars there will like kick you off the dance floor if you're just having fun. It's like,
what?
Fuck you, dude.
You're dancing too much? Or what? You're not dancing
geezer.
Enough? That's weird.
Oh, these
That
burps
place
are
is
for
weird.
Tim. Brought to you by me for Tim.
Tim's going to be so happy that you're
I
back.
fucking miss Tim, dude.
Oh, you've never even met him.
What's that?
You never even met him.
No, I haven't met him yet, but one
That's
day.
my wife using the Vitamix behind us, by the way. We need our regular interruptions. It's really not coming through that loud, babe. It's really
too
not.
bad. Oh, that's good.
I said it's really not coming through that loud.
Joe's got a roll of duct tape for when he's done
I got
hearing
2
enough
rolls
of me.
of duct tape.
Oh, look at that.
Would you like black or silver for one? Tie you up later.
You've already had enough of me. You got one laying here on the table.
Next to the 2 severed hands I see that you were playing with over there.
I was.
We always have weird tchotchkes up in here.
Yeah, man, it's
Look at this thing.
it's good to finally like take a couple days and just kind of readjust and get back to life a little bit. You know, the sun's coming out, so I was letting the dogs out and hanging out with them.
The answer to the question is who let the dogs out is you let the dogs out.
I let the dogs out because I'm dog sitting everybody's dogs in the family.
You know that song? Well, you know what that song's about? Like, if you listen to the lyrics.
Isn't it like all talking about all the ugly bitches?
Ugly girls at the club.
Yeah. Who let the dogs out?
Great. I did also see, speaking of 90s hip hop, remember Sisqo's The Thong Song?
Oh, yeah.
Did you know that it's he rewrote it for Lifetime to be about Lifetime movies, such as The Wrong Babysitter, The Wrong Stepmother, as the wrong song.
What the fuck?
Oh, we kept seeing these ads, and it's like, that's Sisqo, but this aren't the Thong Song lyrics. He's like, oh, and then he says, wrong, 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 and I'm like, oh my God.
Fucking Sisqo.
He's a big video game nerd, you know?
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. I know, surprising.
Does he still have that
He likes
like
butts
Dennis
in video
Rodman
games, I
hair?
guess. I don't know if he still has the platinum blonde.
The blonde, yeah.
Like Jew curls
Looks
or
like
whatever.
blonde Velcro.
Yeah.
Yeah. That shit was strange.
That shit was tight for a while, man.
I mean, it is what it is. I mean, I was blonde once upon a time.
What?
Don't you guys ever forget?
What?
Don't you forget?
I remember like the frosted tips.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, man.
Well, you weren't like blonde.
When
You
I
didn't,
straightened that shit out and I looked like a big old bundle of spaghetti.
A big old bundle of spaghetti. Oh man, you remind me, we were watching the Food Network and they have this promo for like the Food Network app supposed to teach you how to cook. And it's like, you can use this if you're like a culinary professional or if you don't know the difference between a simmer and a boil. And me and Ara are like, if you don't know the difference between a boil and a simmer, you shouldn't be anywhere near a stove. You know?
You probably shouldn't be fucking cooking anything. You know?
Like I come over and you're like, oh yeah, I made a pasta sauce. It's just been boiling over there all day.
Fucking bottom of the pan's all like blacked out and shit.
There's like big popping bubbles of fucking tomato sauce. Like,
And you didn't put a lid on it, so you
oh
got
shit!
fucking.
I always mix those up. I always can't remember the difference between simmer and a boil. You go for their pasta sauce and the water is like barely hot enough. It's like turned to oatmeal basically.
Hey, you just throw your noodles in your pasta sauce and let it fucking boil in there. Oh man.
Oh geez. Good times, good times. So I saw that you guys rented a wedding tent.
Oh, we didn't rent it, man. We bought that shit.
Those things are expensive.
It was not.
How much was it?
$100.
Did you get it secondhand?
These people bought it, didn't like it, didn't want to use it. They didn't know why they bought it.
Okay.
And I'm telling you, they didn't even fucking use it.
Yeah.
And so it's still packaged in the box. We bought it for $100 or like 120 or something. But it was really, dude, it was a lot of fun. We thought it was going to be a bitch to set up.
Yeah.
But we showed up downtown, because everybody knows the fucking Dragons played on Saturday.
Everybody knows that. I don't know if
Everybody knows that. I don't know if you've
find
been...
XFL scores on ESPN. You have to dig like past like Bundesliga and fucking.
Yeah, you got to go deep.
It's deep. Yeah,
It's deep, but it's worth it, man, because these games have been pretty fun. I don't know if you've been seeing any of them, but they're worth checking out. Just because it's,
I saw the highlights.
It's football without it being the NFL, so you still got big hits. You got good announcers. I think what really makes or breaks these independent football leagues are the announcers, because in the AAF they had like fucking dweebs announcing that didn't know shit. And like now you've got, Brock Heward is on the field.
Oh.
Pat McAfee's on the field. They have a couple, I think
Damn.
Julie something, I can't remember her name, but she's pretty good. But these announcers will interview the coach in the middle of the game
I did see that.
from the box. It's pretty cool being able to like hear how the coaches keep their composure, even though some of these guys they're so focused in the game it's hard for them to talk.
Yeah.
But it's still cool to see these sideline interviews. I know one thing that when the XFL was talking about like, oh, what did you guys like about week 1? There's a bunch of people who were like, well, in the NFL, you're not interviewing people every 30 seconds. It's like, well, no shit, dude.
They would never let you.
And I guarantee you, the NFL is going to be stealing some of what the XFL is doing, 100%.
I don't know, man. They're 100,000 years old. Slow to adopt.
I don't know, man.
They still sell their cable package to DirecTV. You can only get NFL Sunday Ticket through DirecTV in 2020. Again,
through Reddit.
Besides my mother-in-law, okay, well, legally you can only get it through DirecTV. Besides my mother-in-law, who is buying a satellite dish in 2020?
Yeah, that's true.
Come on.
And their rules are so exclusive. It's just kind of like you can't really see it anywhere other than anywhere other than watching it on DirecTV. So you're pretty much forced to watch either the Patriots or the Broncos every Sunday for some fucking reason. Every Sunday you're watching Cowboys, Patriots, Broncos, and of course your local team. So the Seahawks we obviously can watch, but in the morning time, the 2 games that they have on, well, now they only do 1 game. You have to watch the Patriots playing like the fucking Bengals. And it's like, well, I'm not going to sit here for 4 hours
You
and watch
underestimate
this.
the national appeal. When the team isn't terrible, the Giants are also on all the time.
That's true. They're on every prime time.
Terrible. They are on prime time.
The Cowboys and the Giants play every game prime time. When they play each other, it's prime time every time.
They're always on like Sunday night football
Sunday
week
night,
1,
Monday
like,
night.
every year. It's just the thing. Yeah.
It's pretty fucking dumb.
Well,
What do you think they're going to do with Dak Prescott?
I don't care.
Did you hear the
Cowboys?
rules about how they were talking about the Patriots were interested in him?
And because Tom Brady's going to leave for the Chargers, man.
I don't think Tom Brady's going for the Chargers.
They got rid of Rivers. Brady's going there.
I think
California.
I do like
He's a
what Melvin
California
Gordon
boy.
said. I do like what Melvin Gordon said about Phillip Rivers going to the Colts. I like that idea.
I know they don't have Andrew Luck. Never mind.
No,
Forgot.
yeah, yeah. They have Jacoby Brisket.
Yeah, he's fine.
He's not bad, but the only problem is if you can't protect him. If you can't protect anybody, they're fucked.
Yeah.
And so it's going to be interesting to see. I think I think for the 100-year league, the season was a lot of fun to watch. I think, mainly because
The Super Bowl bummed me out.
Super Bowl's awesome, dude.
Bummed me out.
Awesome. And I told you, by the way, I fucking told you they were
told
going to
me
blow it. I told you
that
they
wasn't
were
a
going to blow it.
blowout. They were down until like the second half of the fourth quarter.
No, I mean, they weren't going to go all the way. They weren't going to win that shit.
Kyle Shanahan just gets scared and he's like, "Oh, we're
Kyle Shanahan's
7
play calling,
yards per rush. Let's stop running the ball."
his play calling in big games like that against mobile
It was the same
quarterbacks
thing against,
is really fucking bad.
He just gets too conservative. He's like, "I got to protect the lead." It's like,
Yeah.
no. The prevent defense only prevents you from winning, man.
Well, and your
on.
$117 million man can't get it done.
I mean, the The Chiefs.
If your running backs are out there being the only ones that can play, the Chiefs can adapt to that, and they did. They fucking did, dude.
No, they didn't. Deebo Samuel had like 20 yards per rush. Just keep giving him the fucking ball.
The Chiefs started getting on that run game, and then guess what? It came down to who to win that game.
I know.
And even the announcers say this is where Jimmy Garoppolo can really put his foot down and show people that doubt him that he can do it, and then he throws a fucking interception.
If he didn't overthrow that pass over the middle to whoever that was, Sanders, who was wide open, or maybe it was Kittle.
No, it was
a little more touch on that ball, they win the game.
I think it was Debo.
Was it?
Yeah, it was Debo.
It was so open.
But if your wide receiver is
receiver
is the guy that can run the ball the most in that game.
That's just the way they run their offense.
But I do like Raheem. I do like Raheem Mustard. Yeah, I think that guy's going to be a good running back. But they have a lot of work to do over there in San Fran.
When is the Pro Bowl, by the way?
They fucking get what?
When is the Pro Bowl? Is it the week before
or
after
before.
the Super Bowl?
The week before.
What's even dumber?
It's pretty bad.
We need...
I do like some of the things that they put into the Pro Bowl this year. I like that there was awesome trick plays. I think that if you're going to the Pro Bowl, you got to have fucking dumb trick plays. So they had a play where Devontae Adams was back in like a screen pass situation. But so what Russell Wilson did was he threw the ball at the ground behind him, and he skipped the ball on the ground.
Oh.
Went into Devontae Adams' hands, and when they rushed Devontae Adams, he threw it like 30 yards down the field.
Yeah. That's ridiculous.
It's cool to see. It's cool to see that you're putting in trick plays like that, especially when it's the Seahawks coaching staff drawing up plays like that. But I guarantee you, a team is going to try that play in the regular season. It's going to result in a touchdown for the opposing team.
Yes,
the opposing team is going to get a touchdown out of that. Yeah.
I only asked because we were watching the NBA All-Star game last night, and I was like, they do this in baseball. Do they do it in football, though? I'm like, yeah, but it's like at the end of the season, and it's really dumb. It's like also, why is that team called LeBron? That's not a city or a state. Like,
well, it's Team LeBron, Team Giannis, I think.
Giannis, yes, because they draft players. It's pretty cool.
I do like that they pick their own teams. I mean, the Pro Bowl had that. The Pro Bowl had that for a while, but it was like Hall of Famers picking their players.
It's dumb. It's also when you're playing 5-on-5, it's more dramatic when you have like a schoolyard draft. And if it's like 11-on-11, and it's like
you've got to get like
you have like a specific number. Yeah, all right, you got to go to 50-3. Like, okay, this is gonna take forever. NBA teams have 12 people on them. But yeah, did you watch the NBA All-Star game?
I don't watch the NBA all that much, but from what I did see, like through ESPN and all the comments and shit like that, was that the Pro Bowl should adapt some of what they do.
It was.
So awesome. I was actually going to ask you, what should the Pro Bowl do that?
Well, so what they did, they made it so that after each of the first 3 quarters, whoever scores more points in that quarter wins the quarter essentially, and you win $100,000 for your charity.
Nice.
So the way they had the score going, it would reset every quarter, and then they had the running totals up in the top left or in the top right of the screen. So like it was like a regular All-Star game in the beginning where like no one's playing defense, like it's just dunks and threes, like, you know. But then the fourth quarter happens, and they also tweaked the rules in the fourth quarter where there was no clock. They just took whoever had the higher score. So Team Giannis had 133 after 3 quarters. You had 24 to that for Kobe because he wore number 24. Also, everyone was either wearing number 2 or 24, which got really annoying because those were Kobe's. Or sorry, 8 or 24 because those were Kobe's numbers. Yeah, so which was really annoying because it's like 24 passes to 24 and 8 blocks. Shit!
I just realized, dude. I haven't been on the show since Kobe's fucking helicopter crashed.
It's been a long time.
It has been a long time since I've been on here.
That shit was crazy.
Dude, I couldn't believe that. Like, I really could not believe it. And the fact that it was like, I was just kind of, we were moving shit, and I get a notification on my phone. It says, Kobe Bryant being investigated in possible helicopter crash. I'm like, the fuck is that all about?
Did he crash a helicopter?
And then I go on Facebook, and it's like TMZ
Yeah.
And they're like, Kobe Bryant's fucking dead.
Yeah,
I'm like, wait, what
crazy.
the fuck is going on?
Me and Vito were recording the podcast, and like as soon as we're done, my sister texted me, "Did you hear about Kobe?" And I'm like, "No, what did he do?" And she's like, "He died." I'm like, "What? What?" And I had to look it up. I'm like, "Holy shit, that's crazy."
It's a fucking heartbreaker, man. Like, you know,
Yeah.
all those, anybody involved in that, it just fucking sucks, dude.
There were like 10 people on that plane, dude.
Yeah. And I
Or
think
that
they
helicopter.
were like his daughter's
Teammates,
like
yeah.
teammates. Yeah,
Coaches
that
and
shit's
stuff.
fucking.
It's crazy.
That was gnarly. I could not believe that.
Yeah.
It felt fake. It felt
I know.
fake.
It was seemed, yeah.
But what's
Weird.
crazy, man, is like I grew up watching, you know, somewhat of basketball. I'm not like the biggest basketball fan, but when I was growing up, Kobe was the shit.
Yeah.
He was the bee's knees.
I never cared for him.
I was more of like a Tim Duncan, you know,
Yeah.
Spurs kind of guy. Just because I'm Mexican, man, we love the fucking Spurs. There's just something that
Really?
draws us to the Steelers, the
That's so
Cowboys, and the
weird.
Spurs.
The
There's just
Steelers,
something
the
that draws us
Cowboys,
to
and
him.
the Spurs.
And I guess the Houston Texans are now.
Really?
They're like
Why?
that's like recent Mexican. But you got the Roughnecks now, the Houston Roughnecks.
God.
I was seeing that crowd yesterday, man.
Why
There's a
is there-
lot of fucking Latinos in there.
How
Gotta love that.
Wait, let me finish explaining what they did. So there's no clock at the end of the game.
Oh,
you
yeah,
just have
fuck.
to get to 24 more points than the team had. And like it had the atmosphere of like a playoff game at this point. Like people are committing fouls, they're complaining to the refs. There's like replay reviews and shit. Like it got real. And then like it became palpable because it was like they had to get to 157. So like Team LeBron had 154 forever, and they keep trying to take threes just to win the game. And so like, all right, Team Giannis is like, we're not going to let them get a three. So it was crazy. It was fucking crazy. Oh, my wife is bringing me treats.
I watched
Pate?
Duke versus UNC last week. I don't know if you caught that one. I mean, that's just a classic rivalry. It's no matter how good Duke is,
Yeah.
no matter how good UNC is, that game is going to be close. And so UNC is just absolute garbage this year.
Yeah.
Trash. And Duke's Duke.
Mm-hmm.
So I was talking to my dad before the game, and he was like, I just think that he was like, Duke is so much better than UNC this year. He's like, I'm not really worried about this game. I'm like, dude, we know how Duke plays against UNC, and we know how UNC plays against Duke. We knew it was going to come down to the wire, 100%. Well, at least I did. I was like, it's going to come down to the wire. That game's going into overtime. And there hasn't been an overtime game in Duke versus UNC since 2015. So I'm like,
Damn.
okay, we'll see how this goes. And sure enough, dude, Duke is down by like 15 points. And I'm like, well, this is just not good. This isn't going to overtime. And in like 3 minutes, Duke came back and tied the game up. And they went into overtime. Overtime was crazy, man. The way that Duke got into overtime. So Duke's player literally threw the ball up during his free throw. Just like lobbed the ball at the hoop.
Mm-hmm.
Hit the rim. Jumped out to the 3-point line. Caught his rebound. Drove the ball into the paint. And shot it. And made the bucket.
Damn. That play never works.
Never works.
They try it all the time.
And worked perfectly. And then to win the game, almost identical to what happened there, happened in overtime. To win the
Really?
game. It was
That's crazy.
Fucking insane, man. So Duke won that game, hyped us up. But dude, one thing I gotta talk about is the XFL.
Yeah.
XFL kicked off last week. And in 1 week, it already not a big accomplishment, but it's it's good to see.
Mm-hmm.
But in 1 week, they had already outsold the entire season of the AAF, which is hilarious.
Huh.
And so 1 week they already outsold those tickets, and then so the Dragons played on the road against DC, and that's pretty much Cardale Jones's team. And it's crazy watching Cardale Jones play. Like, I saw him play at Ohio State, and then in the NFL, he was with the Chargers for a little bit. Never had his chance. Never had his time to shine. Now that he's with the Defenders, man, he's been solid, dude. He may have a big head, but that guy does not go down at all in that pocket.
Maybe it's because he has such a big head.
It's so fucking, like, seeing him in the pocket, he's huge, dude. He's ginormous. And then he's got speed to him, too, which is, like, something I was not expecting. I did not expect Cardale Jones to have as much speed as he does, but I just think that the league is fun. It's a fun league. The fans are loving it. They're doing a bunch of crazy shit.
How was the Dragons game? How crowded was it?
Oh, man. They were the biggest crowd in the XFL. To
Really?
no surprise.
That is very surprising.
No surprise there, dude. Come on.
Seattleites don't care about football, I thought.
What are you talking about? Do you fucking know?
The
don't
American
you know that
South
the Seahawks
cares
play
about
here?
football. Yeah, the Seahawks have a history.
That's true.
No one cares about high school and college football around here. The Huskies don't pull crowds like they do in the SEC.
Well, they will now. I mean, I think they will. They don't pull SEC crowds, no, but
I'm very surprised to hear that
they do sell out Husky
Seattle
Stadium from
Dragons
time to
were
time.
the
I just think that
biggest crowd.
I think that the biggest thing that the Husky Stadium needs is more students.
More students?
More students.
Well, yeah.
Like that whole lower bowl should be all students.
I've never been to a Huskies game.
But anyway, I mean, it's that's a whole different can of worms that I'm not going to get into. What I will get into is this Dragons game. So they lost week 1.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it sucks because it was a close game. The rules are a lot of fun. I love the extra point rules. No extra point kick.
Right.
So you go for it on the 2, the 5, the 10.
Mm-hmm.
Yesterday we saw our first 3-point conversion.
Oh.
Against, I think that was L.A. against Dallas.
Okay.
And they did it. They fucking completed it. It was pretty insane. So I was kind of like wondering, if they lose week 1, how's it going to be? You know, how are the Dragons audience going to be? So without really knowing what to expect, we decided to take it upon ourselves to like go. We bought that tent last Tuesday. And so we bought the tent, made a plan. We're going to get a keg. We're going to do a bunch of nonsense.
Oh, geez.
And we're going to do hot dogs. And we're going to call it good. So we all went our separate ways. It was, we had our little team. It was me, Tommy, Claude, and Covey.
Okay.
And so bought our shit, and then come Saturday, dude, I woke up earlier on a Saturday than I wake up for work. I woke up at 6 a.m.
I mean, I saw you guys with the tent out at like fucking 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock. I'm like, well, Jesus.
9
They're
a.m.
early.
Man. So we all meet up at 7. So we were up early, 6 o'clock, get a little bit of breakfast in you, get ready to go, maybe slam a beer, rendezvous, load all the shit, and then we went downtown. And, we got downtown, there's nobody there. It was
of course.
just a fucking dream, dude.
Oh.
We're driving down there. There was a homeless dude stomping. He caught himself on fire. He was stomping his fucking pant legs out. It was pretty hilarious, man. Like we're driving through Hawk Alley to try to find like a perfect spot, and which we did find the absolute perfect spot. And so, but we're driving down it, just me and Claude, just for fun, and we fucking see smoke. We're like, what the hell is going on here? And there's like all this tent bullshit. And we drive up next to it, and this fucking dude's stomping his boot out, like stomping his pant leg and boot out because he caught his leg on fire or something. A pretty good laugh. Then we turn around, go back to the spot, and it took us like an hour to set up this wedding tent, dude. Like, this was like a legit wedding tent. We didn't think it was going to be as legit as it was. And we put Jay Inslee approved on it so that we didn't have to move for, 30 days. And we can do whatever we want inside that tent.
Oh, jeez.
And local politics. And so, dude, it was a blast. We were there, and we had everything set up in an hour. So at 9 a.m., we were ready to rumble, man. We tapped that keg right at about 9 a.m., started drinking. And we had about, I think when we got all the forces combined, we had like a big old block party, man. It looked like a block party because there's tailgates, next to us that kind of conjoined into our tailgate. That kind of, we were just like a giant community, man. And so we're all hanging out, playing flip cup, shooting the shit, killing this keg. Like, we're literally bringing people in, doing keg stands.
Oh, geez.
Oh, man. We almost killed this whole keg before kickoff.
What did you do with it?
We put it back in the truck, left the tent up, went to the game, came back, had like 4 beers, and then hit the road. We're doing it again this week. We're doing another tailgate.
Was there another home game?
Yeah, they're playing Dallas this week. So we go to the stadium, and we going to buy fucking jerseys.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm just gonna buy a jersey when we go. Hey, they're fucking sold out.
What?
Every shop, every shop in CenturyLink is sold out.
Oh my god!
And everything that involved like shirts or hoodies or jerseys or anything were sold out from all the way from medium. Just the only size available was medium. That was the only size available, not in jerseys, but only in long sleeves. It was mediums. And luckily, we got these hats. I got a beanie. Yeah. Haley went there an hour and a half before kickoff to buy all the shit, and she said that it was already sold out by the time she got there.
That's crazy.
And
oh my god.
Yeah, they gave out their towels.
I can't believe this shit.
Real hootenanny, man. It was
That's
great.
Crazy.
And so we get there, dude, and the fucking lines to get in were wild. The lines to concessions. CenturyLink even admitted to fucking up. They're like, we were underestimating what was going to happen because they literally had like 8 concession stands open and the lines were like a mile long. And they had like 6 people working in each one.
Jeez.
And they don't accept cash now.
Oh, really?
So people are like freaking out about that, and it's like, hey, you can read it.
You don't have a credit card?
You can read it on the big fucking board there that says no card. Don't wait in line the whole time, and then bitch about cash.
Well, they probably also been drinking beers in the parking lot for 6 hours. They can't read.
Probably.
People can't read.
Probably. But then we got we got our beers, of course, fucking expensive. Got to our seats, man. We're like right there, right near the field. We had a pretty cool section, man, except there was you're going to love this. I think you're going to have a fucking good old laugh at this. There's somebody sitting next to us in our row. And it was raining out. It was cold.
It was cold.
And
yes,
I was
wearing
a Hawaiian shirt, and that was it.
Shocking.
And so we made a deal that every time they scored a touchdown, we're going shirtless.
Oh.
You know it. But then the more drunk we got, the more crazy we got. Our section was so fucking loud, dude. That stadium was loud. 29,000 people.
Wow. Damn.
Yeah, biggest
That's
crowd.
Crazy.
St. Louis just sold out their stadium for the Battlehawks.
Why?
27,000. And they haven't even opened up their upper levels yet. But they're talking about maybe opening up those upper levels for St. Louis. But when we were buying tickets last night, well, I have season tickets, so I wasn't. But Haley was buying tickets for her and her friends, and then a few other people who were like hitting her up for tickets. And she would like be on the website, select 2 tickets. She'd talk to me about something, go back, and then select like purchase, and they'd be like, "Sorry, these are already sold."
Yeah. Damn.
So it's just like literally moving back in sections, and that place was packed to the gills, and security didn't give a fuck what you did. There was one point where we were all shirtless, hanging over the railing, over the gate, yelling at Tampa Bay's punter because we kept saying he's going to blow it. We're like, this guy's going to blow the hold because he holds the field goals.
Yeah.
So he was practicing his punts and he was practicing his holds, and we just we yelled at him all game long. Then we started a "We Want Jameis" chant. Shit was wild, man. This place was nuts. And we're celebrating a pick 6, which actually got us all on TV. We were all on TV for that.
I heard. I didn't see it, but I heard.
We're celebrating the pick 6. And this dude next to Claude, I guarantee you he sold his tickets. If he had season tickets, he sold them. 100%. I don't know what he was expecting when you go to like an XFL game, but the crowd's going to be wild. We're wild. We're not mean. We're not hitting anybody. We're not being assholes. We're not doing shit. But here's the thing that I know you're gonna crack up at. What is like the one fucking thing that you always hear about me and my brother? Somebody everywhere eventually has this idea.
They want to fight you?
They want to punch us in our fucking face.
Yeah.
So this guy literally says, I'm going to punch this fucking guy in his face.
What did you do?
Dude, we were celebrating.
That's being, yeah.
And I was shirtless, and I was whipping my Hawaiian shirt, and I guess I accidentally clipped him with the shirt. But it's a fucking shirt, dude.
Well, you could have gotten him with one of them big fat buttons.
No. There's no button. It was inside out.
Oh.
You're not getting hit with shit besides fabric. Plus, this guy was in like 12 layers of coats. And what are you, from here, dude? Get the fuck out of here, man. This ain't Portland. Get the fuck out of here.
It was cold. It was a cold day.
It's not that cold, man. Not when you're as drunk as we were.
Well, yeah. Exactly.
So, dude, it was crazy. The atmosphere was nuts. It literally felt like a preseason Seahawks game was the atmosphere that I would rate that. Obviously,
I can't believe 29,000 people showed up for this broke down off-brand football nonsense, man. That's fucking crazy.
So it's pretty funny, man. So Brendan Silver is the quarterback for the Dragons. Mm-hmm. Throws a fucking pick six. Mm-hmm. It's his third pick six of the season.
In 2 games?
In 2 games. So the whole crowd is yelling, we want BJ, because BJ Daniels. Mm. So people are saying, we want BJs. So the whole stadium is yelling, we want BJs. Like, you could, like, it was loud. I feel bad because everybody partook in it. And you feel bad for the quarterback because you got to love the guy, but here you are chanting that we want BJs. Now, BJ Daniels has got to love it too. But anyway, he goes back out on the field, and everybody's like, fuck, here we fucking go again. He throws a fucking 70-yard touchdown to Keenan Reynolds. And then everybody in the crowd's like, all right, we're okay. We don't want BJ yet. So then there was a Silvers chant. Everybody wants Silvers in. You know, everybody could keep him in. Then that pick six, man, was fucking wild. Can't get a better pick six than that. With the Dragons, this defensive lineman jumps up, catches the ball midair, falls into the end zone, touchdown. We were on TV. Hell yeah. Let's go. But dude, I mean, you'd be surprised. I thought that these. I was a little nervous coming close to this XFL season. I really don't want this thing to fail. But Vince McMahon already said he's going to lose. I think he said he's expected to lose about $400 million in the first few.
Buddy. First few seasons?
In the first few seasons.
Damn.
But they were talking about how they have the budget set for these next few seasons. So they already had expected it. They said, like, back in the day when they launched XFL, they were like, yeah, we're going to lose a little bit of money. But they thought it was going to be like, you know, a couple million. So they just fucking went AWOL and lost everything. And then that same douche who was there for the old XFL with Vince McMahon, cold-shouldered Vince, went and started the AAF overnight, went bankrupt again. And, of course, Vince McMahon's been planning the XFL return for the last 3 years. So it's pretty cool that you do get a whole new set of things. There's chemistry to these teams. They've been practicing with each other for about a year. So it's, you know, at least they have some chemistry together. The AAF was literally brought together overnight. No draft, no nothing, no training camp, no mini camp, no media, no nothing. It was just like, oh, here's a football league right after the Super Bowl. And it's like, okay, people are hitting hard and these guys don't know how to play because they got like a whole bunch of players that were...
Got Trent Richardson. He was number 3 overall draft pick, man.
Dude, there's Sammy Coates on Houston Roughnecks. Yeah.
Oh, man.
Sammy Coates is there. You got Landry Jones.
Oh.
Landry Jones from Pittsburgh. He plays for Dallas. He threw for over 300 yards in his first game back in 700 days. 700 plus, almost 800 days. And then Cardale Jones is awesome. And then P.J. Walker for Houston. That guy's already, they're talking about him being the early season MVP.
How long is the season? How many weeks?
10 weeks.
10 weeks? There's only 8 teams.
2 playoff games.
Oh.
Oh, there's a playoff game and a championship.
I see.
Yeah.
Wait, what? One playoff game or playoff week of games? Wait,
No.
There's only 8 teams.
One playoff game. So there's 2 playoff games, but
Okay.
one for each division.
Oh,
So one playoff game,
and then the.
each division, and then the championship.
Bowl
The Super
equivalent?
Bowl.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, baby.
Did you listen to the
Dragons.
podcast last week?
I have not.
The idea of March Madness came up, and Vito said, "That's football, right?" And we laughed at him.
Close, Vito.
No, it's not.
Close.
It's not close at all. My wife said.
I love his enthusiasm.
My wife said, "Quote: It would be madness if they were playing football in March." I said, "Yes, it would."
Guess what? The madness is here,
Jeez.
and I'm wearing their hat.
Dragon's
baby.
hat comes back on. Yeah.
It's a thing, man. And there's more tickets being sold this week too.
Are they
for this
opening up the
upcoming
whole
game.
stadium?
No. They're not going to be opening up that stadium. I would give it, if this league sticks around. I mean, to the fact that they're already in negotiations with Cleveland, not Cleveland, but somewhere in Ohio,
Cincinnati, Columbus, Akron.
Yeah, it's Columbus. They're talking in Columbus about bringing an XFL team there. I think you take the Wildcats out of LA and go to.
Why do you hate Los Angeles having any football teams, man? It just drives you crazy.
Lowest numbers, dude.
It's the second biggest
Lowest
city in the
numbers.
United States.
I mean, it makes sense if their fans gave a fuck. They don't.
I'm
You know who
surprised.
had the lowest-
I thought Seattle would definitely.
You know who had the
numbers.
lowest number of attendance?
Who?
LA Wildcats.
Really?
Yep. Send them to Vegas.
So surprising. I thought it would definitely be Seattle. I can't
LA
believe
didn't even,
Seattle
dude. LA
had the
didn't even
most.
let those guys practice in LA in the off season. You know where their fucking training camp and mini camp and all that shit took place was in Las Vegas.
Really? That's
Yeah.
not even that close. You're gonna go to like Carson City or not whatever.
So it's like, why not just move
Bakersfield
them
or
to
something.
Vegas? Vegas had an arena team. And Vegas
Vegas
loved their fucking arena football.
is gonna have an NFL team.
Now they
The
could have
Raiders.
They could have an XFL team too.
Oh, it's gonna be so weird.
UNLV's contract for their stadium is up, and their team, the college, is done playing football there.
So
So
where are
that
they
stadium,
gonna play
that
football?
stadium's going to be empty. Well, it's going to be like They could have a fucking XFL stadium there. They could do it,
They're
man.
gonna
Vegas
have an
would sell that
NFL
shit out.
stadium. That's too weird.
I do love the XFL, man. I think it's so much fun. It's fun.
Crazy. I can't believe so many people are into this thing. That is mind-boggling.
I think people are decently
I
surprised.
thought Seattle had higher standards than this.
I think when you watch the games, you'll realize, well, this is actually
Watch
it's
the
not.
games.
This is not bad football. It's fast too. We were in that stadium for like only 2 hours.
Well, they don't have to break for commercials every 90 seconds or whatever.
Well, they don't have the breaks.
They don't have that.
They have a shorter. They have a shorter clock.
How long
or
is a quarter?
Well, no. Quarters are same.
Oh, but the play clock is shorter?
Play clock is shorter. And then in the last 2 minutes, they call it like comeback period,
Okay.
and it's they stop the clock for 5 seconds to set the ball. So if you're driving and
Okay.
you're down and you have the ball and you're wasting clock, Seahawks need this. Seahawks need this rule so fucking bad. When you're wasting time, not being in hurry up offense,
Yeah.
the clock stops for 5 seconds. But when it
Wow.
hits to 20, the clock starts running again. But the one thing that was weird was when you're making noise in the stadium, nobody's used to the XFL time. So it's like this, as soon as like the players would like break out of the huddle, everybody in the crowd would start getting loud, and then they'd immediately snap the ball. And
Wow.
everybody's like, "Oh shit!" Like we weren't. Oh yeah, it's a faster fucking time clock.
Yeah.
So then at the end of the game, it was like when the players were in their huddle, it was loud, and then they get up to the ball. That place was booming, man. That place was so loud. My
crazy.
abs are sore. I was yelling so goddamn much.
Jeez. Oh, jeez.
Oh Jesus, right.
Oh, jeez. In
I
other
think,
sports news, the Boston Red Sox traded Mookie Betts for pennies for some fucking reason.
Holy shit.
The
I know.
Astros-
Mookie Betts going to
The
the Dodgers.
I know.
Yeah.
So LA has the two best baseball players right now on both of their teams. The Astros went on their apology tour. It was
because you got Michael Trout.
comically bad. That's like the worst fake apology ever. We don't want to be remembered as the team that cheated, though. Yeah, but you did cheat. And yeah, there's enough evidence. You definitely had the buzzer on your nipple thing. Like, you guys keep saying that wasn't real. It definitely
And that was
was.
because that was because Altuve or whatever the fuck his name is.
Yeah.
Who's that dude who's like 4'3"?
Altuve.
Yeah.
Altuve.
You have him who takes his shirt off after like
Everything, and he refused to take his shirt off.
refused to take his shirt
The guy
off.
tried to take his shirt off, and he wouldn't let him because they didn't want him to see the nipple buzzer, man. I'm telling you. This whole thing is fucking nutty.
That's dude, it's nuts.
Yeah.
You wouldn't mind if
And
I
now
had
they're
another-
trying to,
You
like...
have another soda water your boy could
Yeah. Hey, what? Hey, R?
I can grab it.
Can you grab us some soda waters? Thanks,
I can
wife.
grab it.
No worries.
Thank you, Ara. When it comes to
that
video
thing's
games,
crazy.
man, I got nothing for you.
Nothing?
I got nothing.
Nothing?
I got sports and I've got
Oh,
nothing.
you remind me. I got to do the second annual segment. I'm still playing Soccer Tactics and Glory.
Who?
Oh, you don't listen to the podcast. All right, yeah. So we could play the same game I played with Vito yesterday. This is called the Joe game. I tell you the name of the game I'm playing, and you try and describe what it's about. Right now, I'm playing a game called Soccer Tactics and Glory. As we crack open, these are just non-alcoholic. I have a grapefruit Cascade Ice organic seltzer.
I've got a pomegranate mango. Shout out to Cascade.
Yeah.
So you're playing a soccer game with tactics. Is this
Soccer
a video game or
Tactics
board
and
game? This is a
Glory.
board game.
No, this is a video game. This is a video game.
Oh, is it like slime soccer?
No, it's like soccer and XCOM had a baby, where you move on a grid system. It's turn-based, but it's also soccer. I finished Death Stranding. When Vito gets back, I'll break out my big theory about Kingdom Hearts 3 and Death Stranding. I think they're in the same universe, and I'll explain why in detail next week.
Interesting. Yeah, the last game I was playing, obviously, was fucking Madden. And,
Shocking.
Madden and Call of Duty. So nothing new there. I don't know. I was thinking about like some of these rule changes. Like, what do you think about the rule changes in the XFL? Do you know about them at all?
I know about the extra points.
So you got the extra points. You have the time. You have the 2-minute warning.
Did they get rid of kickoffs? Oh no, the thing about the kickoffs are weird because
I love the kickoffs.
you can only stand like 10 yards away from each other. Or whatever.
Kickoffs are fucking awesome. No running head start. Nobody moves until the receiver catches the ball.
Yeah.
And if the ball doesn't pass the 25, the ball gets put on the opposing team's 45-yard line.
Damn.
So it's pretty much the same as... Well, not the opposing team. Sorry, the plus 45-yard line. So
Oh, okay.
you're pretty much at midfield if you don't get that ball over 25 yards.
So don't try and pooch it. Well, wait, can
Yeah,
you
you
do
can't-
an onside
you can't
kick? I
pooch
guess
it.
you can't.
No onside kicks. I haven't seen any. I'm not too sure what the rules are about
It's
it. But
supposed to be way safer this way, but I'm sure it looks weird.
it's a lot safer and there's bigger returns.
Yeah.
Like, it's fun being able to see these return guys actually do their fucking job.
Yeah.
Like, there's players in college that are fucking based on just returning the football. A perfect example of that was Dante Pettis.
Yeah.
Look at him. He's got, like, the records for returning footballs in college. He goes to the NFL, and they barely let him do his job. I love Dante Pettis. I hope that he gets utilized a little bit more because of his speed. But...
Kickoffs are the most dangerous play in the
they're the
sport,
most
though.
dangerous play. I think it's only a matter of time until the NFL takes that too. Until they take that kickoff setup. Yeah.
I like the extra point thing.
There is onside kicks. We haven't seen them, and I don't know what the rule is about them. I don't know what it is. I think there is. There may not be. I can't remember, but I haven't seen any. So because there's no need. There's fucking 3 point. You can score 9 points on a touchdown. But kind of what Greg Olson was saying yesterday in the broadcast was teams need to find a conversion, like if you're going to stick to the 1 point for the whole season, draw up plans and figure it out from there. Or if you're going to stick to the 2 point or 3 point, just build plans around scoring from those distances instead of guessing every time you score a touchdown. Because he made a good point where I think yesterday in the Houston-St. Louis game, the conversions in the beginning of the game, I think they were like 0. Nobody could convert. And it was because he was like, they get to the line and they're confused. They don't know if they're going to go for 1, 2. They don't know if they're going to do for 3.
Yeah.
He's like, you need to figure it out. And he says that this, like, the numbers for going for 2 have been a lot more favorable than going for 1.
Really?
Which is weird.
That is weird.
The 1 point is from the 2-yard line.
Right.
And they just don't have, he said that they just don't have enough creative plays
Yeah, that's
from
probably
the
it.
1
They
yard
just
line.
get...
Because you just stack the
run
box.
it up the middle. Like, okay, you got no yards. Shocking.
Or if you're
this never
or if
works.
you're Tampa Bay's quarterback and you yell, bad gorilla, turn around to the running back and say you're getting it, and then snap the ball and give it to the running back, you're going to lose yards.
Bad gorilla.
That's Mark Trestman's revolutionary offense. Mark Trestman fucking sucks, by the way.
Shocking. I didn't know he was around. I remember him from the Bears.
He's the Vipers' head coach.
They have the best Vegas odds of winning the whole thing, you know.
They did.
That's
Then
so
it went to
weird.
Dallas, and both of them lost week 1.
Huh. How do they know? No one's seen these teams play.
Nobody knew.
All right. I have launched another segment, by the way.
I like it.
It's a live reading of my joke book. We've done chapter 1 so far.
Oh.
On to chapter 2. Of course, there's 50 chapters. Right? Or 101 chapters, I mean. Because it's one joke per chapter. So chapter 2. What do you call undersea sporting enthusiasts?
I don't know.
Fanaties. This has been a live reading of 101 manatee jokes by the author.
That's another chapter. That's another chapter
Another
in the
chapter
book.
down.
That's another chapter in the book. Oh, God. That book cracks me up. I have my copy at home.
I have so many copies. I have a copy at work and a copy here.
I don't even have an autographed copy of it. I want my
This
fucking
is the
money
autographed
back.
copy. I talked about this with Vito last week, but like my students signed it for me, so it's autographed by people
That's
to
cool.
me. So like a backwards autograph copy.
That's always fun.
Yeah. My class is almost over. Got like a 4-day weekend coming up, and then right back to it.
Nice.
We're talking about taking a trip out to the Great Wolf. We'll see what we do.
Great Wolf Lodge?
Yeah.
Isn't that where you go to, like,
It's an indoor water park.
get MRSA and STDs and water slides and stuff?
No.
Didn't they have, like, a big thing about that?
There's MRSA at water parks all the time. I don't know if it was specifically at Great Wolf, but...
But I think there was something about Great Wolf. I think there was, like, mold in the rooms. Something
Classy.
happened at Great Wolf. I can't remember what it was, but
Classy. You're really making this sound appealing to me.
hey, Great Wolf marketing loves this guy.
Oh, man.
Yeah, man, you can catch us again at the Dragons game this Saturday. We'll be there tapping a keg at 9 o'clock.
Another
again.
one? Damn. Those things are like $100.
It's like 160. We made our
Damn.
money back on the last one.
Well, you charge people
$10 all you can drink.
$10 for a cup?
All
What
you can
was in
drink.
there? Let me guess. Was it a... Oh, my God. What is the stupid beer you love? It's a... Why can I not... This podcast brought to you by the beer that sponsors the... What the fuck is it? What is your terrible beer of choice?
It's not Keystone.
No, Keystone is your terrible beer of choice, isn't it?
It is, but you
But
can't
what do
get
you,
a
what do
keg in
you
Keystone.
can't? What do you get in there?
Coors Light.
Ugh, gross.
Yeah, but it's $10 all you
I wouldn't
can
pay
drink.
10 cents for unlimited Coors Light. Get
$10
outta
all
here.
you can drink, plus you get unlimited access to keg stands, which is rad. People loved that.
Oh, man.
Dude, the keg stands were what really drove that keg. Like
I bet.
and then playing drinking games like Flip Cup.
Philadelphia.
Like we played
Philadelphia needs a fucking XFL team more than Seattle does, man. What the fuck?
we played a
Or Cleveland.
Flip Cup game that was 11 people. I think
On each side?
It was 11 people, almost 11 people on each side, and we did down and back, so double cups, and it
Jesus.
was halfway full on each cup. So we really put a number on that keg, but we made our money back. We had a donation jar for fucking hot dogs. If anybody wanted a hot dog, we'd cook them fucking hot dogs, and then we started getting drunk and started dunking our hot dogs in our cups like professional eaters. It was pretty fun, man. Like you take your bun. You don't put any condiments on that shit because fuck that. You just take you take your keg cup and your hot dog and you just fucking dunk it in there and see who can eat a hot dog faster. Then this 3-legged pit bull came out of nowhere. This thing
Oh.
was ugly as fuck.
I bet.
Came out of nowhere. Came out of the woodwork. It had like a fucked up eye and 3 legs. It was a crackhead dog, so it was like, understandable.
Of course.
It was trying to get into our hot dogs. And I gave it a hot dog and ate it all in
Like one bite.
one bite.
Of course.
And then Covey got fed up with this dog trying to eat all of our hot dogs. So he takes a hot dog and throws it at the pit bull. The pit bull turns around and fucking snags it midair without even knowing it was coming.
You could probably smell it.
He just had the sense and turned around and snatched that hot dog midair. It was awesome. Then he went underneath the tent and fucking dipped out. Took off.
I got my 2 hot dogs. I'm good.
Got his 2 hot dogs. Almost had to do a keg stand if he was there long enough. I almost had to track down his little junkie mother and charge her $3 for those hot dogs. Some goddamn tip.
Good luck with that.
Dude, it was a blast, man. Holy shit. That stadium atmosphere was hot. I can't wait to see what St. Louis does with theirs. I think St. Louis is very deserving of a football team. Their fan base is already very repulsive on Facebook, so you just gotta love it. If your fan bases are already toxic on Facebook after 2 weeks,
oh jeez,
you gotta love it.
Oh jeez. All right.
I think there was one last week about DC Defenders, and this person fucking tweeted out, DC Defender fans are literally the worst humans on the planet. And somebody was like, it's week 1, dude.
Yeah.
Their fans this week did a beer snake.
A beer snake?
A beer snake.
Like, I don't know what that is.
They stacked their empty beer cups.
Okay.
And it was like, I think it was like 25 feet long.
Jesus.
And it just went up. I'll show you the video.
Yeah.
I'll show you the video because you're going to have a crack up. But I love that they're getting the fans involved. I love that the teams, when they win, they get Bud Light Seltzer because they're sponsored by them. They get Bud Light Seltzers in their locker rooms.
Bud Light Seltzer specifically?
It's sponsored by them, so.
Jesus Christ.
They had it yesterday, and Houston's players, like the special teams, they did a long snap of a seltzer.
Oh.
So they long snapped it, and then the placeholder pitched it to the kicker, and the kicker slammed the seltzer.
Oh yeah, that's what you want to do. That's a lot of carbonation to chug, man.
Dude, it's so rad, dude. These guys are fucking awesome.
My my stepbrother and his cousins were shotgunning White Claws at my house over Christmas. Like, that's too much. That's too much
a lot of
bubbles,
carbonation.
man.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
That should have burned a hole in your throat. Tim, question to you: when are you coming to Seattle?
August. He's coming in August for the wedding. Oh, I got to give you an invitation from that box right there, by the way.
Oh, hell yeah!
I forget.
Look at that. So, what game are you playing now? Big game.
I finished Death Stranding, so nothing.
Really?
I don't know what I'm going to start next. Between games, as it were. Just playing a lot of Soccer Tactics and Glory.
You don't strike me as the type to not go and see the new Sonic movie. You're going to go see the new Sonic movie?
I don't go to the movies. And I never had a love for Sonic. I was always a Nintendo boy.
What do you think about the Joker winning the Oscars?
Yeah, that's weird. I didn't see that movie either. Ari really wants to see it.
It's very good.
Yeah?
It's good.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
I mean, it's gritty. Dark and gritty, man. People love that shit.
I hear the Sonic movie isn't terrible. It's not as bad as like people thought it would be after that first trailer. So
For what?
Sonic.
Oh yeah. The first trailer.
With the
Hilarious.
creepy teeth.
When it comes to movies, man, I mean, I don't give a shit about the Oscars in general.
Shocking.
But it was cool to see Joaquin get what he deserves. I don't really like Joaquin Phoenix all that much, but he's rejuvenated my appreciation for him. But
yeah,
it's just like God, there's something that he did. Oh, it was his little rapper movie thing that he did with Casey Affleck that made me hate both Casey Affleck and him. I can't stand Casey Affleck. So much to the point where I can't watch Manchester by the Sea.
Oh,
and I actually want to watch.
You
that
love
movie,
war movies, yeah,
but I can't see it. I gotta see 1917. Haven't seen that fucking movie yet. I haven't done anything, dude.
Did you watch Marriage Story or
yes?
the other
saw
one?
Marriage Story.
That
movie was strikingly, extremely depressing.
What, Marriage Story?
Yeah, reminded me a lot about my childhood.
Oh,
having to
Lovely.
do fucking therapy because I was a child in a divorce. So
Yep.
it was like, I don't know what's going on, but I'm just going to play in this
We went
sandbox.
to support groups for a long time. We really didn't need it, but
Well, yeah, I know. It's like we didn't need it either. There was no bad blood
just
between
don't blame yourself for your parents' divorce. Yeah, I don't. They would fight all the time.
Yeah.
They didn't seem to like each other. They still don't seem to like each other.
I'm like fucking 3 years old. What the fuck am I supposed to do? And what was the other one? The other movie you said?
The Irishman. I'm just thinking of
3.5
Netflix
hours
one.
long.
I know, it's too long.
I
That's
really
all
want to
say.
watch it. I really do. But 3.5 hours is so steep.
That's too much. Yeah.
Who has 3.5 hours to sit in one spot? And
Yeah. I can only do that if I'm playing video games.
they should have
Maybe I'll
broke
start
it.
a
They
new
should have
game
broken
today.
into a 3-part
Miniseries?
series. Yeah.
That's how I feel about Death Stranding. I'm like, this game frustrates me because, like every Kojima game, there's some interesting ideas in here, but it's bloated with so much nonsense. This could be a very interesting miniseries. Instead, it's a video game that almost works, you know?
But hey, those graphics though, you know what I'm talking about. And then I think I wasn't even dude. I've been gone for so long. I saw the Aaron Hernandez doc.
Oh, yeah?
Did you catch that?
No, I'm not interested. I see it it keeps popping up in my Netflix rack.
It's nuts, man. Like when you think about his brain,
Yeah.
the guy was a piece of shit.
Yeah.
You know, the guy was just raised and born a piece of shit. He just was a piece of shit. The thing that drives me crazy about the documentary is they try to justify it.
Yeah.
And they try to say that, oh, him being like a masculine man caused him to turn into this vicious killer because he couldn't be himself. It's like, no, I just think the guy was a piece of shit. And I think his brain was also the size of a walnut. Because you should have seen it, man. They showed his brain. That thing made Junior Seau's brain look like Albert Einstein.
Damn.
But they talked about Junior Seau a little bit, how he shot himself in the chest so that they could examine his brain.
Yeah.
And it just makes you think, like, what do these guys go through? You know? But it's like I said, dude, you don't murder 3 different people
Yeah.
3 different times in your life and then just blame it on being like, you know, a closet
gay
homosexual,
and,
you know? I don't know. The whole documentary was really funky.
Yeah.
But he was just he was a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Then they had that really awkward interview with Gronk.
Oh.
With that dude who kept trying to talk about it. Gronkowski was like, no, we're not going to talk about it.
Yeah.
That clip is so awkward. But yeah, man. We are getting together, all 3 of us, for the fearsome threesome.
The fearsome threesome for
Fearsome
episode
threesome.
69.
Yep.
All right. Well,
Even if you guys have to buy Dragons tickets to come see me downtown.
that's not gonna happen.
Come on. Like $20.
You're right. My weekends are precious.
Dude, that day took the whole life out of me, man.
It was. I believe you.
My Saturday night was over at 6:30.
Well, when you start at 8 a.m.
Yeah, that's true. There's a fucking XCOM board game.
Yeah, it has an app. It's live, real-time multiplayer with an app on your phone.
God, you have a big board game selection, man.
Well, it's not even all of them. They're all over the place. There's some in the other room and behind you. I got a call. There's too many. They're taking over. Or just get a second bookshelf.
Oh, man. I hope Tim's happy to hear my voice.
I'm sure he is. But
sure
now he's going to
I'm
miss
sure your
Vito.
sisters are going to love hearing me back on
Yeah.
here.
My sister's always giving me a hard time. You and Vito are such dorks. It's so dorky when Christian's not there. And I'm like, well, whatever. Then don't listen.
I am back for the time being, for right now.
I'm back for now.
In the moment.
In the moment. All right, let's wrap this thing up.
All right.
We got an hour.
Yes, sir.
See you, knuckleheads, next week.
Adios. 69.